So a new title was just announced via GameSpot called The Front. And if you ask me what that title is based on the trailer, I'd say it looks like a 7 Days to Die inspired zombie survival game blended with World of Tanks, PlanetSide 2, with a smidge of every terrible fake mobile game ever. Leave a like down below, subscribe for everything FPS, and yeah, let's talk about it. So everything is going to be linked down below, but I wanted to start with the trailer here, which basically starts off by saying that this footage is taken from a development version of the game, and it's, not representative of the final product. A meteor strikes what is assumed to be Earth, which prompts a military response. So a bunch of helicopters and APCs start heading out to this zone, and then a firefight ensues. It then cuts to what you would assume is a completely different game. An overgrown village, which looks really good, even though it's just the post-apocalyptic district asset that was used in another game that went viral last year called Deathly Stillness. It looks completely unchanged at this point, so cool. Zombies are slinking around here, and it cuts to a waterfall forest scene, which I'm convinced is also just a marketplace asset pack. We see crossbow FPS shot taking out a deer, which actually doesn't look too bad. The chainsaw scene right after, taking down a tree, very reminiscent of Sons of the Forest, but maybe that's just because I've been playing it a lot recently, so it's more fresh in my mind. One thing to note here that sends my alarm bells ringing is the fact that it cuts cameras from the chainsaw actually chopping the tree to the shot of the tree falling. Why wasn't it just one shot? It's a little bit sus to me. It cuts to a couple of trucks hauling logs off to a base that shows custom walls, gardens growing, so it's a survival game with character customization options. Again, I'm pretty sure I've seen all of these assets as well as the character model in other games before. We have a base building system, very cookie cutter and reminiscent of about 99% of other survival games out there. We get the shot of a buggy ripping through this city, which then jumps to this underground shot of zombies in this tunnel area while, the player's throwing Molotovs. We get some FPS mechanics at work, and they look pretty basic, but it's not the worst thing in the world. They shoot all of these zombies. There's a bunch of train cars the player jumps on, and they're gunning them down. And then it cuts to them going through this hospital area where there's this big Brutus beefcake here with a machete or a meat cleaver, and they beat him down. And then there's a killer clown, of course. Yeah, what asset pack was free on the store this month? We get killer clowns now. We get these crawling zombies. The players, oh no, they're gunning them down. It's a zombie survival game. It's a clown survival game. We get some future tech up here. They're building all of these bases up, and guys, you can build this entire village. You see all of this? Look at all these spotlights and everything. It's crazy. And then we get the most bullshit gameplay that I've ever seen, and I gotta rewind it here a couple of times because we're watching this guy. Basically what they're trying to say is you can link, the electrical grid together, and you can link lights together and power them up. His mouse movements here are just completely fake. This entire sequence is completely fake. Watch when he actually goes and powers on the electrical box once everything's set up. His character just jumps over here. Oh, God, lit up. It literally looks like every mobile game ad that I have ever fucking seen. And I don't get why more people aren't just calling them out for it, because it's just blatant lies. We get the next shot here where they're walking through the forest, and we got APCs running and guys on the ground, and it's looking to be something out of PlanetSide here. We get tanks running around, APCs. There's this huge World of Tanks style battle going on, and then it cuts to a guy digging this voxel terrain, digging a trench, putting barbed wire, and I don't know what's going on. Now we're in like a battlefield style game with turrets and tanks, and now we get some military guns, guys shooting across. This guy pulls out a rocket launcher, takes out a helicopter. What the fuck is going on in this game? There's so many different genres at play here that I don't even know. It's like, it literally is marketplace asset the game at this point. Granted, some of these World of Tanks style shots don't look that bad. The game actually doesn't look as bad as you'd think it would if somebody was just slapping marketplace assets together. But it looks so disjointed from one another. And then we get the logo. It's called The Front. Well, what is The Front? When we go to the Steam page, we get a little bit of answers here. So according to their Steam page, the front is a survival open world crafting shooter game. Players will assume the role of a resistance fighter sent back in time to stop the rise of a tyrannical empire that has conquered the world using technology based on unknown relics. So we're talking about some time travel here, which is probably why things seem a little disjointed. We'll see how it actually ends up in the game. So of course, it's a early access MMO survival game. And when we go through why early access, right now they say the game has completed its core gameplay and most of its content, and we believe it is now in a phase where player participation and feedback are needed to help us further improve the game experience. Keep in mind, guys, there is no release date on this game yet, but their plan is to be in early access for approximately 12 months, which, you know, I would love to see that happen. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know when a developer says they're going to be in early access for 6 to 12 months, they're never in early access for 6 to 12 months. But it's being developed by a team at a Samar Studio. It's self-published. It just looks like a mismatch of a bunch of different games and genres, and maybe it'll work out good. What I find strange is when you actually go to the website, I want to know who's making the game. Who is Samar Studio? So when you look it up, you can't actually see who's working on the team, but they have a little snippet here. Samar Studio is a young and dynamic team from around the world with experience in developing shooting and survival games. We are dedicated to delivering innovative and captivating virtual experiences and are passionate about creating a unique shooting game product that utilizes cutting-edge technology to enhance the user experience. As avid shooting game enthusiasts, we aim to provide games that caters to all platforms. The front will be our debut product. It sounds so robotic, and I actually think that was written by like ChatGPT, or these guys are a foreign studio that don't really speak English and they just got it translated, because I'm reading this and I'm like, who says that they're passionate about creating a unique shooting game product? It just sounds so robotic to me. Listen, this just showed up. Some people linked it in my Discord, and I wanted to talk about just how weirdly awkward and somewhat fake this trailer is. And I want to know your guys' thoughts down below. So let me know what you guys think. Are you interested in the front? Is this a game that appeals to you? Is this the unique shooting game product that will capture your interest? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to be following this game. I'm kind of curious to see where it's going to go when it comes out. Again, I have zero expectations for this title, but hey, it's an early access survival MMO FPS shooting game product that I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. As always, guys, my name is Big Fry. Shout out to the 308,000 subscribers on this channel, and I'll see you on the next one.